Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint-Germain family. In today's video, we find out how great is Ousmane Dembele's Ballon d'Or compared to the last 10 Ballon d'Or winners. Before talking about Dembele's Ballon d'Or, let's go through his 10 competitors. In 2024, it was Rodri, winning the Premier League, reaching the quarterfinals of the Champions League, winning the Euros, and winning also Euro Player of the Tournament with 12 goals and 14 assists. And this is one of the first controversial Ballon d'Ors in this last 10 years gap. I don't think Rodri deserved it ahead of a candidate like Vinicius Jr. Rodri was neither the best player in the Premier League, nor was he the best player in the Champions League, nor was he the best player at Manchester City that season. And in Spain, he was not the best. He was not the second best. He was probably not even the third best in that Spanish team. But he won the Ballon d'Or, and this should be easier for Dembele to win over. In 2023, Lionel Messi won it with 1 Ligue 1, Champions League round of 16, World Cup winner, and World Cup player of the tournament with 38 goals and 25 assists. This is still seen a bit controversial, Ballon d'Or, because of the season that Erling Braut Haaland, winning player of the league in the Premier League, player of the tournament, and a bunch of other awards. But Lionel Messi, obviously, it was a generational World Cup tournament from Lionel Andres Messi, and you know it had a lot of weight, just we saw before with the international tournament. But for example, when you look at what Messi did with Argentina, it's 10 times bigger than what Rodri did with Spain. That's why, like, just winning an international tournament as the player of the tournament, doesn't have really the same value. Going to 2022, we have Karim Benzema winning La Liga, Champions League, UEFA Player of the Tournament, UCL Top Scorer, UEFA Super Cup, Spanish Super Cup, and La Liga Player of the Season with 50 goals and 15 assists in all competitions. We talked before about two potential. Rodri, heavy controversial Ballon d'Or. Messi, slightly controversial. But this one right here, there's no controversy. Karim Benzema was undoubtedly the most deserved Ballon d'Or winner we've had in the last couple of years. And Benzema was outstanding, top scorer of the UCL. Madrid would have not won the UCL without Karim Benzema. He was extremely influential and also won La Liga Player of the Season, showing that he was both the best in La Liga and in the UEFA Champions League. Moving on to 2021, and we'll have another controversial Ballon d'Or. It's Lionel Messi winning it due to his Copa America winner, Copa America Player of the Tournament, Copa America top scorer, tied with Luis Diaz, Champions League round of 16, and a Copa del Rey with 43 goals and 14 assists. And this one is a controversial. I would say in 2021, it's more about Messi having less competition than he should have. Obviously, Chelsea won the UCL Jorginho came second that year in the Ballon d'Or ranking. That was the closest competition to Messi. So I don't think it was controversial that Messi won it. I think it's more quality-wise, out of all the Ballon d'Or contenders we'll look at, this is probably one of the worst ones, strictly because of the low competition in world of football in 2021. Moving to 2020, obviously, the Ballon d'Or was not given out in 2020, but let's take a look at Robert Lewandowski's year. Bundesliga, Champions League winner, UCL Player of the Tournament, UCL Top Scorer, DFB Pokal, UEFA Super Cup, Franz Beckenbauer Super Cup, Bundesliga Player of the Season, 59 goals, 12 assists. I also think that's the season where he broke Gerd Miller's record. It was probably the season after that, or the season even after that, where he broke the most goals in one Bundesliga campaign. Lewandowski had an outstanding year, deserved to win the Ballon d'Or that year, but unfortunately was not given out, obviously, due to COVID. But this one right here, very similar to Benzema's one. Complete domination in the Champions League, complete domination in the league, an insane amount of goals and assists. Moving on to 2019, we have Lionel Andres Messi once again, and this one is not controversial. La Liga, Champions League semi-final, UCL top scorer, La Liga Player of the Season, and Spanish Super Cup. As we saw in the previous Lionel Messi ones, he did not win Liga and Player of the Season. He did not win La Liga Player of the Season in 2021. But in 2019, he was the best player in La Liga, came obviously second in UEFA Player of the Season to Virgil van Dijk. but Lionel Messi in the 18-19 season was the best player in the world, despite not winning a major award like a Champions League. Moving on to 2018, and this is once again a very controversial one. I, in my opinion, probably think Cristiano Ronaldo should have won a three-peat, just like he three-peated the UCL. Modric, obviously, Champions League winner, UCL Player of the Tournament, World Cup final, World Cup Player of the Tournament, Club World Cup, and Spanish Super Cup with 6 goals and 10 assists. Luka Modric, it was the weight of performing well at the World Cup and in the Champions League that gave him the Ballon d'Or. But once again, this is one of the weaker ones. It felt a bit like voting fatigue. People didn't want to vote for Ronaldo once again, so they voted for Luka Modric to win it instead. Still a weak Ballon d'Or to look at. Moving on to Ronaldo in 2017. La Liga, Champions League winner, UCL Player of the Tournament, UCL top scorer, FIFA the best, Club World Cup, Spanish Super Cup, UEFA Super Cup. 53 goals and 14 assists in all competitions that season for Cristiano Ronaldo. This was a great Ballon d'Or won here by Cristiano Ronaldo. He was so influential in the Champions League knockout stages for Real Madrid, and definitely one of his best Ballon d'Ors. Moving on to 2016, the previous year, a bit weaker. Champions League winner, UCL Player of the Tournament, UCL top scorer, Club World Cup, and UEFA Super Cup with 56 goals and 14 assists. Another strong season by Cristiano, trophy-wise and GA-wise, obviously. And now, let's take a look at the beauty that has been missing, which is potential Ousmane Dembele Ballon d'Or in 2025. Ligue 1 winner, Champions League winner, UCL Player of the Tournament, Ligue 1 Player of the Season, Coupe de France, Trophée de Champion, Club World Cup final, Nations League semi-final, and a potential UEFA Super Cup to add to this. 37 goals and 15 assists in all competitions. What a historic season by Ousmane Dembele. And now we'll come to the ranking. Where do I rank this Dembele season alongside the other Ballon d'Or seasons? Let's do this. First of all, I found this metric combining all of the past 10 Ballon d'Or winners and seeing how much they deserve to win. So as you can see, we have Champions League, International Trophy, Player of the Tournament in either the major international tournament or the Champions League in that season, top scorer of the tournament, Player of the League, GA, and then underneath it, the amount of trophies. And as we can see, Ousmane Dembele has 3 points, Rodri has 2, Messi has 2, Benzema has 4, Messi has 3 with 1 asterisk because he was top scorer at the Copa America, tied with Luis Diaz. Lewandowski has 4 points, Messi has 2, Modric 2, Ronaldo 3, and Ronaldo 3. But we can also take a look at their GA. As you can see, Ronaldo in 15-16, you have Messi in 18-19 and Leva in 19-20 as the only players with 70 plus GA. And then when we take a look at trophies, Ronaldo in 16-17 won 5 trophies, Lewandowski in 19-20 won 5 trophies. Dembele at the moment has 4 trophies, could potentially become 5 trophies if we win the UEFA Super Cup ahead of the Ballon d'Or. And as you can see, the Dembele has a great point-wise system, good GA, one of the lowest GA actually. The only lowest GA after 2 midfielders in Modric and Rodri, but obviously that was due to the low playing time that Ousmane Dembele had compared to the other players. And now let's come to the ranking. In the number 10 spot, I have Rodri's Ballon d'Or. This is probably the most undeserved Ballon d'Or maybe of all time, at least that I've witnessed as a football fan. In the number 9 position, I have Luka Modric Ballon d'Or, another weak one. In the number 8 position, I have Lionel Messi's Ballon d'Or in 2021, another weak one. In number 7, I have Lionel Messi's World Cup Ballon d'Or. Again, if we're strictly talking about the World Cup, it was elite football from Lionel Andres Messi. But if we're taking a look at the entire year, I still think it's one of the weaker Ballon d'Ors. Moving on to number 6, we have Cristiano Ronaldo's 15-16 Ballon d'Or in the 6th place. Strong case, but could be stronger. In the number 5th spot, we have Robert Lewandowski in the 19-20 season with Bayern München. Insane season. And in the number 4 position, we have Ousmane Dembele's 2024-2025 season, an absolute generational season. In the number 3 position, we have Karim Benzema's 21-22 Ballon d'Or. In the number 2 position, we have Cristiano Ronaldo's 16-17 Ballon d'Or. And then in the first position, it has to be 18-19 Lionel Andres Messi. These are my top 10 for the Ballon d'Ors given out. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys agree with this ranking, and if not, what's your top 10 ranking of the last 10 Ballon d'Or winners? Before we finish off this video, let's take a look at why Ousmane Dembele deserves this Ballon d'Or more than the stuff we've already looked at. Ousmane Dembele is the first player to lead Paris Saint-Germain to a Champions League. We've seen the likes of Messi, Neymar, Mbappe, Ibrahimovic, Di Maria, top players, Thiago Silva, Marco Verratti, Keylor Navas, Dani Alves, Maxwell, Thiago Motta, and none of them could manage to do it like Ousmane Dembele did for Paris Saint-Germain this season. He also becomes the first player to win the Ballon d'Or and never be nominated before. I think this would be a great thing for the Ballon d'Or, showcasing that you can go from not being nominated in top 30 in any previous season and winning the Ballon d'Or. Ousmane Dembele's Ballon d'Or will prove that if you never give up, life will never give up on you. He becomes the third player to contribute in both quarterfinals, both semifinals, and the final of the UEFA Champions League after Ricardo Kaká and Neymar Jr. Only player alongside Lewandowski and Benzema to win League and UCL Player of the Season out of all the top 10 we just looked at. Only player alongside Lewandowski to win 5 trophies, as you can see, with an asterisk because we haven't yet won the trophy versus Spurs. Hopefully, we get it done. Double hat-trick, joins Messi, Ronaldo, Suarez, and Lewandowski. Yes, for the people that have forgotten, Ousmane Dembele scored back-to-back hat-tricks versus Stade de Brest in the league and Stuttgart in the UEFA Champions League, and joins an elite list of Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, Luis Suarez, and Robert Lewandowski in the 21st century to score a double hat-trick. Maybe it still hasn't quite gone in yet, but Ousmane Dembele had a legendary historical season and is undoubtedly the deserved Ballon d'Or winner. And when we take a look at his Ballon d'Or season compared to previous Ballon d'Or seasons, we can see that Dembele's Ballon d'Or season is still being underrated till this day. That's been it from boy PSG. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video, and as usual, allez Paris.